It's week 5, I'm Sawyer, and it's time for the Papa John's Fantasy Football Breakdown. We're a quarter of the way through the season, and if your team's struggling, no worries. We got a long, unpredictable road ahead of us. The prize this week is cheese sticks, which is going to complement very well with all that free pizza you've been winning. Let's start with the recap of the picks last week. Our starts of the week, they were okay. Travis Benjamin came in at 2.8, kind of a letdown. The CJ Anderson came back with 11.2, which I'm pretty happy with. The people I told you to sit, Mike Evans, 5.9, Odell Beckham, 2.3, so we're right on track there. Our breakout player of the week, Terrell Pryor, ended with 10 points on 5 catches, 46 yards, and a touchdown. And that was despite being shadowed by Josh Norman the entire game, and the Browns lost to the Redskins on Sunday. Now this might not seem like the greatest performance ever, because we always hope for more than 10 points, but being shadowed by one of the best defensive backs in the league, and still putting up those numbers bodes well for Pryor and fantasy owners the rest of the season. Week 5 starts. Number 1, Julian Edelman of the New England Patriots. Julian's been waiting for this game, and there's 2 reasons why I think he's going to have a huge performance. Number 1 is the matchup against an 0-4 Cleveland Browns squad with a lackluster defense. But more importantly, the return of touchdown Tom Brady after his 4-game suspension. Brady and Edelman have a great relationship on the field, and I think you're going to see an upswing in targets and production. I think a fired-up Tom Brady finds Edelman in the end zone at least one time on Sunday, and it may be Hugh Jackson spiking his tablet this week. My second pick of the week, Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers as they host the New York Giants Sunday. The Packers just came off a bye week, so they're well rested, and Rodgers has plenty of options at wide receiver with Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, and Devontae Adams. The Giants, still a great defense, but they're coming off a beating from the Minnesota Vikings on Monday, and I think you're going to see future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers light up a weary Giants defense. Time for our Week 5 Sits of the Week. These are the guys that you want to keep on your bench. Number 1, the Houston Texans' own DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins has been putting up some very low production numbers this year and was only able to reel in 1 catch late in the game against the Titans in Week 4. Even ignoring the low production numbers, he's up against the Vikings defense, and I don't like any wide receiver 1 in that matchup. This defense has shut down Kelvin Benjamin to no receptions and Odell Beckham Jr. to 3 catches for 23 yards. This Vikings defense shows no mercy to top receivers, and I don't see it being any different for DeAndre Hopkins. My second sit of the week, Todd Gurley of the LA Rams. Gurley's been one of the biggest surprises this year, as he had a huge year in 2015 and really hasn't lived up to those expectations this year. I don't think he's going to get anywhere on this Buffalo Bills defense, averaging 3.6 yards per rush. Now it's time for my favorite part of the week, and that's the breakout player. This week I'm picking DeSean Jackson of the Washington Redskins. He had a very poor performance last week, but I think he does a 180 and torches this Baltimore Ravens defense. This defense has been shredded by receivers all season long, to the likes of Corey Coleman at 104 yards and 2 touchdowns, Allen Robinson at 57 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Michael Crabtree at 88 yards and 3 touchdowns. DeSean Jackson is the definition of a breakout player, and he has the potential to boom or bust every week. This week, I think it's a big boom. My prediction, at least 8 catches, 75 yards, and 1 touchdown. As always, last we have Papa John's news. We're expanding faster than ever in the Lincoln and Omaha markets, which means we're still hiring in all categories. If you haven't tried the pan pizza yet, make that call this Sunday while you're sitting there watching your fantasy squad dominate the league. Good luck, everybody. Don't forget to set your lineups.